Good morning. Today I'm going to be answering one of my most frequently asked questions, which is, why did I start playing the drums, and what made me keep playing the drums? So I've been playing drums since I was in 4th grade. I signed up for the school concert band when I was 9 years old. A lot of people ask me, why did you start playing drums? What inspired you? Well, here's the story. So in elementary school, we started our general music classes in 1st grade that went all the way through 5th grade, and this was once a week. I remember in 1st grade, the general music teacher came to our classroom like on a push cart with all their materials. Then our school built like an extra part of the building in 2nd grade, and then we went to the music classroom for general music. And it was there that we learned our tas and TTs and how to play the plastic recorder. And from 1st through 3rd grade, the general music teacher kept hyping up the school band and how we got to pick an instrument by the time we got to 4th grade. And the teacher would ask, okay, who wants to play woodwinds? And some people would be like, me, yay. And who wants to play brass? Yeah, some people wanted to. And who wants to play percussion? And a whole bunch of people would be like, yeah, freaking drums, that's where it's at. And honestly, every time the teacher mentioned that, I would just be like, I don't think I want to do that. I'm not going to do band. Meanwhile, our school had this talent show every single year, and the entire student body would, get off of classes and come into the cafeteria and get squashed in there and watch whoever wanted to participate. And in 1st grade, there was this other kid, Donald, that was in my grade. He did a drum solo. He brought his drums onto the stage, and he just kind of jammed out randomly for 5 minutes. And I remember thinking how goofy this kid looked. He had really, really long scruffy hair, and he was just headbanging the entire time. And at the time, I didn't know if it was bad or good, and I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it wasn't good. So that was my first impression of somebody playing the drum set. It was this 6-year-old kid just beating the life out of his drum set and looking kind of stupid while doing it. So yeah, that didn't really inspire me at all to start learning the drums. And then in 2nd grade, I remember we had this assembly, one of those traveling groups of people that goes to a bunch of elementary schools. And at the end of this assembly, they were calling students out of the audience to come play on a percussion instrument. Okay, kids, who wants to come up and play some percussion? I'm all excited and motivated as a 2nd grader. I'm trying to get called to go up there. They had a bunch of different instruments, and they kept calling kids up to play them and just gave them counts that were quarter notes in 4/4. Then the very last instrument they had was the claves, and they asked, okay, who here is really, really smart? And I'm raising my hand so hard trying to get called up there, and they picked me. Yes! Okay, this one's really tricky! And now I know that it's just a basic 3-2 clave pattern, but I never played it at the time, and the guy handed me the claves, and I was able to do it perfectly, immediately. And the guy was actually really surprised, because I guess when they give this part out to kids at other assemblies, they can't figure it out. But I got it, and I played that part for a minute until they made us all sit back down. And I was super excited that I got called up, and that was fun. But I was too young to realize, hey, I can play these rhythms pretty well. Maybe I should do drum. That didn't click. I was too young. I didn't care. I was just excited that I got out of class for an hour. So then in 3rd grade, we got this new general music teacher in, and he liked to do this game with us where he would just kind of sing a rhythm, and he would go around the room to every single student and try to make them sing it back to him. And if you couldn't, then you had to sit down and you were eliminated. And then we went on to the next round and it got harder. Boop ba 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 boop ba 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 boop ba 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 ba. I would crush everyone at this game. I was so good at this. I won every single music class. I loved going there just because I knew I'd be a winner. But once again, I didn't click for me that, hey, maybe I should start playing an instrument because I have a pretty good talent at this already. I was just excited that I was a winner and I looked really cool in front of everybody. Then 4th grade comes around and it's time, okay, to sign up for band if we want to. I still had like no interest in doing it. I didn't really have a taste in music at this point. My parents would always listen to this smooth jazz station on the radio, and that station was kind of crappy. Like, it only had like a set list of like 12 songs. I didn't really like or dislike any of them. It was just kind of what was on, and that was like all the music I listened to was what was on the radio. But now I totally love most of those songs. Like, dude, I can spend hours jamming out to Smooth Operator, and I can definitely jam out to Kiss by a Rose. So I wasn't very interested in music. I didn't really have a taste for music yet, and yeah, I didn't really want to do the school band.
Hi, I'm Miss Linda, the band teacher.
I just kind of stopped paying attention when the band teacher came in. I was just kind of doing my own thing. I really liked drawing these comic strips back then. I was probably doing that while the band teacher was talking, so I wasn't paying attention to what was going on.
Okay, so you're gonna get one of these papers. I'm gonna pass it out, and you get to pick your top.
So these sheets get passed out to the whole class, and I didn't know what it was because I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was like some kind of like survey, like, okay, what instruments do you think are the coolest or are you interested in? And I just wrote drums down because I remember in the general music classes, like, all these people were like, oh yeah, drums are cool, whatever. So yeah, drums are cool, whatever. I put that down as number 1. I put trumpet as 2 and trombone as 3. Don't ask me why, it's totally random. But little did I realize that this wasn't just some kind of survey, this was like the sheet, like the sign-up sheet. Like, you're supposed to fill this out and you bring it home and have your parents sign it and then bring it back. I just filled all that crap out and I shoved it in my bag and didn't think anything of it. And then that night, my parents were going through my bag, checking my assignments, and found the band sign-up sheet.
Eric, you're gonna play the drums?
I'm doing what?
Yeah, you wrote it down right here. You're gonna play the drums. That's really great, Eric.
Yeah, that is pretty great. I'm pretty great. So they signed the sheet, I brought it back, turned it in, and signed up for band, just like that. And my parents were really proud and told the whole family, sorry to break it to you, but I didn't really want to do it. And then in general music class the very next week, I remember the teacher, he came up to me and he asked, he was like, Eric, what do you think about signing up for drums in the band? Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm already signed up to play percussion.
That is great news.
He was probably about to persuade me to joining if I didn't sign up, because he realized how good I was at those rhythmic challenge things that we did, so that's pretty good of him to recognize that and try to, even though I've already signed up, he would have tried to make me do it, I'm sure. So that's what inspired me to play drums. Nothing inspired me. It was just a totally random series of events that happened because I wasn't paying attention in class. Hey, it worked out pretty well for me, so I'm gonna keep up that strategy. Wait, what was I talking about? Okay, so now that you know the truth about why I started playing, here's why I never quit. Because, you know, a lot of kids signed up and a lot of them quit after like either just 1 year or multiple years. So what kept me in the band? Let's talk about that. So after just the first few lessons of the school band, I started realizing how fun the drums were and how naturally good I was at them. So every week in these band lessons, I think there was like 15 of us 4th grade drummers. 3 of us would bring in our snare drums, like we had our little kit that we'd bring to school with us, and we'd all pack around these 3 drums and be playing through the exercise. And then at the end of the lesson, we all had to do it one by one individually in front of each other. And if we played it correctly, we got a little sticker on the chart. Like, we had this chart with everybody's name on it, and you got stickers if you played your assignment correctly. And I was crushing these assignments. Every single week I got a sticker. And most of the time I practiced, but sometimes I would like forget to practice or just not feel like practicing. But I was pretty good at sight reading already, so I could just sight read through it and do it perfectly. And on our little sticker chart race, it was me and this other kid, TJ, were tied. We got stickers every single assignment the whole year until one of the last weeks. It was like the last month of school. I was the first one that got picked to go up and play the snare drum assignment. So I start playing it, and a couple beats in, I realized that the snares weren't on. So I stopped, turned them on, started playing again.
Okay, stop. Would you have done that if this was a live performance?
No.
Yeah, so no sticker for you today.
And I was really sad, because that was the only time I didn't get one. And I totally could have played it right, but should have checked the snares, I guess. And I guess she had a point, like, you should practice like you're performing, but I was 10 years old. Like, I didn't think of it like that. I was just trying to play through the thing correctly. Didn't get a sticker. I lost the sticker competition to TJ by 1. I'm still mad about that. Should have got a freaking sticker. So once again, we had the talent show, and so I was in 4th grade, and I remember this 5th grader went on to do a drum solo, and this was way, way better than that 1st grader that did the drum solo back in the day. And this kid, he played that Bop song, like, with the recording while it was going, and he was really good, and I was really impressed by that. Like, that was the first time I saw somebody play the drum set well. You know, I've been taking lessons and kind of understood what was good and what was bad. And this was definitely good. Like, he played in time with the track, he played little tom-tom fills, and everything was perfectly good, which is pretty impressive for a 5th grade student. That kid, like, really inspired me a lot, so good job, kid, that I don't remember what your name is. Anyways, now 5th grade rolls around, I continued playing the drums. Like, half the kids that were in the 4th grade percussion section, they ended up quitting, so now there's only like 6 of us left. And I guess that happens pretty often, like, people just lose interest, but I was a fighter. I liked it, even though I lost the freaking sticker race. So my parents started to realize that I was, like, pretty into this, and they ended up buying me my first drum set. It was a jet set. I haven't seen one of those since then, but hey, it was a pretty good beginner drum set. And I really liked playing drum set and started learning how to do, like, the basic rock beats and whatnot, so that was really fun. Now I had, like, something to really look forward to and practice for other than just the school band material, so that was some more inspiration to keep going. And then in the school band concert that year, we played this song called Hotaru Koi. Thumbs up if you know it. And the band teacher had me bring in my floor tom from my drum set because we had like a bass drum and I think the cymbals, and we all brought our own snare drum in, but we didn't have a tom-tom, and that was the part I was given. So I brought in my floor tom, and we start playing through this song, start my floor tom part, and I realized everybody stopped, and I was about to stop too, but thank goodness I didn't, because this was like a solo, like an 8-measure solo, which was unheard of. And I just got like really excited as it was happening. I was like, holy crap, I'm playing all by myself. So I totally nailed that solo in the concert, and I felt really good about it, and it was really fun. So now comes the turning point, the transitional moment, where we're going from elementary school to middle school, and we have to decide, okay, what's our extracurricular activity gonna be? I already kind of knew, like, okay, I'm gonna just keep doing band, because I'm good at it and I like it. But all of the other drummers in the 5th grade class, every single one of them wanted to quit, and we were talking about it, and they were all like, yeah, this kind of sucks, I'm not doing this crap anymore. And the conversation went over to me, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do it either. And then they were all like, oh no, dude, Eric, you should totally keep doing it, like, you're really good at it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I thought I was going against negative peer pressure, but I got some positive peer pressure now. That's nice. I'm gonna keep doing it. So I kept it up all through middle school, and middle school band was awesome. We had like an actual drum set in there, and I got to play it for some of the tunes, and I also tried out for honors band, and I got into most of them. That was fun. I just had more and more stuff to keep practicing for, and I really liked that. I liked having things to prepare for and things to motivate me to do well. So that all continued helping me want to play the drums and keep it up. Then we got to high school, started doing marching band. I loved that a lot. Like, obviously, that's what I do now is my job. And I did the indoor drumline, I did the jazz band, I did all the honor, I did all the bands, all band, every band. honestly, I feel like I would have really hated school if I didn't do band. Like, that was an awesome break in the day. Like, we'd have all our regular classes, which I hated most of the time. Then I had a band class to separate that, and then I also took a music theory class. I took music technology in there too. And like all that just made the day like way more fun and tolerable. So thank goodness for band. School just sucked a lot if I wasn't in the band. I don't know what I would have done. Then it's time to go to college, because that's what everyone's got to do. No, you don't. And I was like, hey, I'm good at band. I'm going to keep doing band. I did band in college. I auditioned. I got into every school I auditioned at, but I ended up going to Rowan University, and I did music education for a while, but then I realized, no, I don't want to do that crap, so then I switched to just a bachelor's in music, graduated, went and got a master's in music performance at University of Delaware, and now I do band professionally in the United States Marine Corps, the Commandant's Own Drum and Bugle Corps. And I make really cool YouTube videos where I play drums and talk about playing drums. This is a talking video. So that's the abbreviated version of this story of why I didn't quit, what I did to stay motivated, which is pretty much doing all the bands possible. But I stuck with it that whole time from 9 years old. Now I'm 30, so it's 21 years of drumming. I'm old. But that's what inspired me to keep going, was just all the new and exciting adventures and new bands and ensembles that I could join. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you click that subscribe button and ring that Liberty Bell, and also buy a custom t-shirt such as this one. I'll leave the link in the description. And have a good morning.